Hi, my name is Caitlin Bender, and my fellow people who helped me put this together are Alexis Barraza and Dasha Sailors. So today we're going to be talking about the impact of the printing press. The printing press was invented in 1440 by Johann Gutenberg. His invention spurred a revolution in which it helped word travel faster and in larger quantities. It also changed the course of history by interconnecting the world with socially and culturally with other peoples, and it also spurred literacy rates and helped it to inspire ingenuity. So before the printing press, news traveled by mouth, and it was much slower, and it traveled either by a letter from someone or just by someone arriving in town and telling somebody what happened, and their word would be spread by mouth. And also before, literacy was normal. The only people who really knew how to read and write were scholars and people who went to college. But after the printing press, it spiked literacy rates and people wanted to be able to read. And not only did they start reading, it became an ability and not just a skill. And also, news traveled a lot faster and in larger quantities. The first thing they printed was the Bible, which caused one of the Great Awakenings. People began to start reading, and they got more into the Word. And then Thomas Jefferson came out with Poor Richard's Almanac, which taught farmers and the common people certain things on how to do and told them it was more of a satirical kind of thing. And then newspapers came out spreading words and things that happened in the world. And books also mass quantities of books came out, so people really wanted to be able to read. Not only did it do that, but it inspired people. There was a quote in the video, and it said, Gutenberg was not a genius. Newton knew he was a genius. Copernicus knew he was changing the way we look at the world. Gutenberg was a tinkerer, a shopkeeper. Even if it isn't the great genius who does it, transforms our society perhaps as much as the theory of gravity. So basically what they were saying was that it gave inspiration to the common people that they can accomplish great things too. You don't have to be a scholar or someone from these mass rich descendants and things like that. So without the printing press, many things in history may have never occurred. So especially with Karl Marx in this quote from Harold Evans, says if we had no Gutenberg, we wouldn't have a Karl Marx or Albert Einstein and, etc. Without the printing press, Karl Marx wouldn't have been able to, mass produce his Protestant Reformation, and that news wouldn't have traveled as fast as it had. So looking back at what I talked about today, we talked about the Gutenberg press. It was invented in 1440 by Johann Gutenberg. It revolutionized the world, connected us socially, increased intelligence, and inspired ingenuity. And we thank you again for watching and reading along, and I really hope you liked it, no matter how bad I did at narrating this. So thank you. And this is our Works Cited.